We will catch up with that, though, later. Right now, we're going to get into this. We have our own trials to deal with. So let's see what's going to happen. I don't want to look at the future cases because it may involve someone and be a spoiler. I wonder if our friend here, the girl on the left, is going to come back. The girl who I don't even remember the friggin' name of. I'm not sure if she's going to be our Maya or if she was just the first protagonist or the first defendant. But I have a feeling she's going to show up some more because I'm pretty sure I see her in some of the other artwork for the game. I could be wrong. But I have a feeling she's going to be our sidekick. The game is obviously heavily inspired by Ace Attorney, right down to the mentors and rival prosecutor and everything. So I have a feeling we're going to have a Maya stand-in. And of course, she knows Mage Blade. And that's the only spell she knows. But apparently we're going to be dealing with a Necromancer, the Walking Dead. Did someone resurrect a culprit? Someone resurrected someone to perform a murder and we have to find the Necromancer? Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. But this game's been interesting so far. It's a little lacking in polish. I feel it could be, it's a little rough around the edges. We had a hard time figuring out some of the gameplay mechanics. I still don't have a handle on some of them. Some of them are basic and straightforward, the ones that are ripping off Ace Attorney. I still don't know about the mood matrix. It doesn't really seem to mean anything other than just, hey, here's how sad people are. Okay, thanks. That is great. But this guy's also sad too, so let's go find out why. We don't even get a save file. We just start every single case from scratch from the new game menu. Arcane art, Necromancy. So there we go. Wallace Nightgrave. Well, with a name like that, I mean, what do you think you're going to get into? Let me go! Yep. I'm not going anywhere until I see her. It's probably you. You're the bad guy. You're the murderer. I'm calling it now. I'm sorry, Wallace, but she already passed. Yeah, but the other guy's a Necromancer, so it's fine. There was nothing more they could have done. Like, this is the new... We don't need Maya. We don't need Rafa. We could just resurrect people and ask them who killed them. It's the new investigative mechanic. How? This academy teaches the best mages in the kingdom. Are you telling me that they couldn't do anything? Well, they don't teach mages, they teach priests. Don't you understand how D&D classes work? Her condition was much worse than we thought. The kingdom's magic isn't advanced enough to treat someone like this. All we know is fire too, and it wasn't effective. I mean, wait, what? Lucio Steelwind can rain meteors from the sky. No. You don't understand. That's not a healing spell. Don't do that. William Frega can teleport entire caravans across the continent. Are you telling me that your mages couldn't cure one disease? I'm sorry, I truly am. Aw, Emily. Episode 2, The Walking Dead. I have a feeling Emily's going to be making a comeback. Celeste! That was her name. I forgot about that. Speaking of Danganronpa references. Also, why do we have a nun for our arcane art? Don't we have a magic eyeball? That's got to be something. That's not nothing. I'm sorry, Celeste, but there's no way out of this. Oh, are they playing chess? They're playing chess, aren't they? You look mad. We're playing chess. Also, damn, this library. Celeste's attention is sharply focused on the chessboard between us two. Oh yeah, I forgot the game keeps referring to the main character in the third person. And it cheeses me off. We are absolutely playing chess. I can see her eyes quickly dart from piece to piece. Just give me a second, I can still win this. No, you can't. Internet died again. Ice, for God's sake. Put that hamster back on the wheel. Celeste, there's no way for you to avoid checkmate next turn. What if I just punch you? Just surrender. No, Mage Blade! God damn it! Don't do that! She ignores you and continues staring at the pieces. There! What about that? Checkmate. Son of a bitch! Would you two keep it down? You're in a library, for God's sake. Yeah, exactly. We are in a library. Miss Tamora glances at the chessboard. I hope you didn't spend the entire morning playing around. I've been working hard, Ruby! On losing! Oh, I've already learned 2 new spell formulas since we got here. Well, that's going to be relevant. So, what? Mage Blade, Fire 2, and Conjure Flowers. Well, at least there's that. What about you, Cuthbert? Well, my arcane art still says none, so I think I haven't done that. My flustered stammering tells her exactly how much progress I've made. I couldn't find any books about the subject we've been looking into. Wait, what subject are we looking into? I spent the entire day combing through the kingdom's imperial library researching the Eye of Horus. During Celeste's trial, I awakened to a new ability that I never used before. Ah, yes, that's right. We had a jump scare during the previous chapter. That was something else. We gotta remember there's an overarching plot to this whole thing already brewing. Again, Ace of Attorney style. Up until then, I thought that the Eye could only see surface-level thoughts. But during that moment with Garrick Pierce, the Eye of Horus was empowered, and I could see far more than usual. I told Miss Tamora about what happened, and it made us both wonder what other hidden abilities the Eye might have. God, I am Apollo Justice. We both decide it's time to find out more about the Eye and its origins. Oh yeah! How'd you do on Case 3? This library supposedly holds the kingdom's entire knowledge of magic and the arcane arts. But I couldn't find a single mention of any ability like the Eye. Does the kingdom seriously lack knowledge about it? Or do we need to look somewhere else? Are you sure you can't tell me what you're researching? No, you're not allowed to know. I've traveled around the world. I might have seen something like it. I entertained the thought for a moment, but I haven't known her for very long. The Eye of Horus is a supernatural ability that can't be detected by a spell compendium. Oh, okay, so, we're separating our ability from the usual spell crap. So this isn't magic, it's a supernatural... So how did I get it? Alright, so we have a supernatural ability that can't be detected by a spell compendium. Interesting. I've always been wary about what the kingdom might do to me if they ever found out about it. Well, geez, what is our backstory? Sorry, it's not something I can really talk about. Fine, pouty face. If I had to guess, I would say they are looking into supernatural phenomena. Somebody's been looking over our shoulder. Who said that? Surprise face! Me and Celeste nearly jump out of our chairs. Whoa! Oh! Well, first of all, that was almost a jump scare. Hello, the ring. Get back on the TV. But this is also the woman from our little dream. God, get a comb. We look over to where the voice came from. She appears to be a student at the academy. How long was she there? I didn't notice her presence at all. I also feel like she's looking oddly familiar. Yeah, she's the one from the jump scare, like Psymin Sezz. I'm terribly sorry if I startled you. God, maybe I should do something with my hair. Every time people look at me, they get terrified. I'm not sure what it is, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. As the girl approaches my table, I see another student frantically running after her. Oh? Oh, hey! It's this dude. Eris! So that's the name of our jump scare girl. And this is our, necromancer. Eris, you can't just... I'm sorry. Oh, it's fine, Wallace. I'm sorry, but who are you two? Sorry, that was incredibly rude of me. My name is Eris Ilmater. Danganronpa! Speaking of Danganronpa references, I keep forgetting it does that. And this is Wallace Nightgrave. We're both students here. Hi! Here's my screen. Not to be rude, but that was a private conversation. Just how much did you hear? I wonder. That's not the answer you're supposed to give. Reading about the supernatural is actually a hobby of mine. I might be able to help you with your research, Mr. Cuthbert. And what makes you so sure that that is what we were researching? Mr. Cuthbert has a bad habit of muttering to himself when he thinks. I assumed that his research had something to do with the supernatural. I feel a piercing side glance from Miss Tamora. Yeah, we do tend to mumble, don't we? That's gonna give away the game. You need to rein that in. I avoid eye contact with her. But anyways, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Of course, I'd be happy to help. Whoa, 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 whoa. What was that? Stop Doki Doki literature clubbing me. This is a horror game. At least when this character's on screen. Not this character, the previous character. Fine, I suppose it wouldn't hurt. No. Did you see what she did to the screen? Did you see what it did to the library for you guys? Just remember to show some discretion, Tyrion. Yeah, right. No. Yeah, bring her thing back up. I want to see her thing on her thing. Well, first of all, I guess we'll do this. Oh, a stepladder! Stepladder. Nope, holy text. Must be related to the Church of Bahamut. Library's full of books. Combing through them all morning. It's a table. We've been sitting here with Celeste all morning. Globe of the world. It's amazing how many other nations there are. Hi, Celeste. I've been to most of those places. Really? Dang. You should come with me next time, Tyrion. That's a nice thought. Maybe you can travel with her when we're less busy. Just teleport us around. We hear you have those. Oh, what's this? Some sort of notice taped to one of the shelves. Due to constant misuse of the Arcane construct's voice systems, voice lines can now only be set by Headmaster Redmond. I wonder what it's referring to. That's interesting. Run that by me again. Constant misuse of the Arcane construct's voice systems. Ha. Alright, good enough. You. So you two are students at the Imperial Academy. Illusion. Okay, that's her arcane art. I didn't even look at it. I really need to get in the habit of doing that. Yes, I'm currently studying illusion magic. Great. She's a mesmer. Nerfer. Illusions. That's the kind of magic that lets you turn invisible, right? Technically, yes, but few mages ever reach a level high enough for that. I'm a bit embarrassed to admit that I'm not able to cast invisibility. Liar. I know you're lying already. That's still pretty cool. What about you, Wallace? Oh, I'm a necromancer. Wallace has his own unique field of study. It's right there on his text box. He's a necromancer. We got a necromancer and a mesmer and a whole bunch of elementalists. We're basically in Tyria right now. Probably not our place to pry. Why not? They're prying in our stuff. Let's pry back. Everyone's talking about you two. Everyone's talking about you two. Really? It's rare for the school to let any outsiders in. Well, that makes sense. This library isn't exactly open to the public. We were only able to gain access to it because of Miss Tamura's connections. Man, everyone either loves Ruby or hates Ruby. We only ever get occasional visits from the noble houses. So I was curious as to who was able to break this dull monotony. Well, I'm a mercenary, but now I work as Tyrion's bodyguard. Oh, do you now? How's that going to work out? So what spells did you learn? You got Mage Blade? What? Kamehameha and Gum Gum Pistol. Mercenary? Yeah, wait, what? After her trial, it turns out that Celeste was more than capable of affording ours. Oh, yes, Celeste was capable of affording our services. However, Miss Tamura still proposed a different arrangement. After indicting Garrick Pierce, we painted a large target on our back, so with Celeste being a mercenary, Miss Tamura decided to hire her as our bodyguard. She figured we would feel more comfortable around someone we were already friends with. It's kind of funny, so she's the oddball character, except instead of being a spirit medium around a bunch of normal people, she's a normal person around a bunch of wizards. Actually, I guess she's a wizard too, but still, she's a violent wizard. Anyway, I'm a defense attorney, but you knew that. A defense attorney? My apologies, it's just not what I was expecting. What's that supposed to mean? Supernatural phenomenon. Yeah, that thing I said. I wonder why you would be researching such a thing. Yeah, I want to know too. Shut your damn mouth. Sorry, but I can't really say. Regardless, there are many spells in this world. So why are you so convinced that this phenomenon wasn't produced by a spell? What we're looking into doesn't seem to follow the classic rules of magic. Oh, how so? Please tell me. She knows. It was created by someone who's not a mage. Oh, really? So you're saying that this was something created by a person? The words came out of your mouth before I realized it. What did we say? I sent a small apologetic look to Miss Tamura. Wait a minute, what did we say? I thought that was something she said. Oh, just it was created by someone who's not a mage? Well, that doesn't seem that big. Alright, fine. Settle down. That does remind me of a story. A story? Mr. Cuthbert, do you know the legend about how the kingdom of Wovengard was created? I mean the story about the ancient dragons. The ancient what? There's literally a giant dragon on a tower. What do we have? We have our that, and we have our peoples. Nothing special in here. Prosecutor, investigator, and the two people we're talking to. Nothing fancy. Does Wyvern have a story about ancient dragons? Is there another kind? It's only about one ancient dragon. The Church of Bahamut refers to him as the Scaled Lord. Also, they refer to him as Bahamut, because they're the Church of Bahamut. I'm sure you've even heard people mention him before. Legends say that the first mages were created centuries ago by him. Backstory. There, that's the dragon I was talking about. At that time, our kingdom was caught in the middle of a brutal war. With no way to defend themselves, the kingdom was on the brink of destruction. Our people prayed to Bahamut, the god of dragons, for salvation. And almost as if to answer their prayers, Rathalos appeared. Oh no! The last Scaled Lord appeared before them. The Scaled Lord bestowed the gift of magic on a band of heroes who were fighting on the front lines. With their magic, those heroes utterly overtook the kingdom's enemies and single-handedly won the war. It's said that these heroes went on to form the noble houses of today. Most unoriginal origin story ever. What a load of nonsense. That story is nothing but religious propaganda to prop up the noble houses. I mean, they're mages and it's, passed on by blood, so it's not that weird. Regardless, the significance of this legend is in the Scaled Lord himself. You mean Rathalion? Rathalion? I'm just going to call him Rathalos. What's the other one? Rathalos? Raytheon. Yeah. Whatever. Rathalion. Yeah, let's go with Rathalion. Rathalion bestowed the power to become a mage on several individuals. And to this day, that power can only be passed down genetically. Yeah, exactly. Can you think of an arcane spell that can produce something like that? No, I suppose not. Rathalion must have had powers that weren't bound by the rules of the arcane arts. In other words, he could create supernatural phenomenon without following the rules of magic. Please, do you honestly expect us to believe a story like that? You live in a kingdom with wizards. It's completely unrealistic. Magic! Spell things. Dude has magic eyeballs. Why are you a skeptic? Yeah, as unrealistic as a non-mage using supernatural powers. Exactly. I'm on Eris's side here. I don't care if she's the jump scare. She has a point, yeah. It's a far-fetched theory, but it's honestly the closest thing we have to a lead right now. Of course it would be you lot making all this noise. Is it the headmaster, or is it the detective? Oh, no, that's a new one. Well then. Suddenly a woman who appears to be an instructor approaches us. We're already getting hit by a ton of new faces here. One of you is a murderer, but I called the headmaster and I'm gonna stick by it. She looks upon each of you with an equal amount of disdain. Professor Bellwether. Yep, confirmed. Catherine Bellwether, also an illusionist. Okay. Well, I'm guessing Eris is in your class. That's Professor Bellwether to you. But didn't he just call you? I know letting you rabble into our walls would lead nothing but trouble. You even started associating with our malcontents, so is that who these are? Eris certainly looks like a malcontent. Let's see. Oh, he did call her Professor Bellwether. I didn't catch that. I was wondering what the hell Celeste was talking about. Professor Bellwether! That's Professor Bellwether to you. It's like that joke where you meet the band Mr. Mister. It's like, oh, you guys are Mr. Mister. That's Mr. Mister Mister to you, mister. You've even started associating with our malcontents. Yep, that's you. That's what she called you. The headmaster gave us express permission to be here. If you have an issue with that, you can take it up with him. I have an issue with the noise. You guys are the noisiest chess players I've ever seen. I'll have you know that I was on my way to do just that. Wallace? Yes, that's a lot of whys. That's a Larry level of whys. How am I supposed to understand you when you're stuttering? Yes, Professor Bellwether, that's... Straighten out your uniform and fix that awful hair. You look like a street urchin. But I suppose it's unreasonable to expect anything more. It's not that bad. Better anime hair, then don't do that! Don't you be Doki Dokiing. Why are you Doki Doki? Who is Doki Dokiing my screen? Is that you or is that Eris or is that something else? Yuki? Sayori? Are they here? Are they students? God, don't teach Monika magic. The world's not ready for that. I'll be on my way. Yes, leave my screen alone. Celeste is like, what just happened to your monitor, Psy'Min? What a bitch. Oh yeah, I forgot this game has some foul language. I love it. Celeste! Oh, my word! Such language! Oh, come on! We were all thinking it. Anyway, with that out of the way, shall we begin? What are we beginning? Why do we keep detecting fear from Celeste? Why do we keep... Is that what that is? I thought that was surprise. I haven't played Dual Destinies in a while. I forget my mood matrix cues. Wallace, you finished this week's assignment, haven't you? Would you mind helping Celeste with her research? Also, you know why you keep sensing fear? Because Eris looks like that. If a woman with that hairstyle was talking to you, you'd be freaking out too. You'd be, I don't remember watching a videotape 7 days ago. Get away from me. Now that you mention it, I could really use some help finding a specific spell formula. Yeah, I haven't finished learning Kamehameha. You know your way around here, right, Wallace? Oh, okay. Oh, are you smitten? Yeah, you take off. Don't worry, Miss Tamora. I'll be more careful from now on. Please do. I still have some business to take care of here, so I'll leave you all to it. Oh, don't leave me alone with Eris. That is not a good idea. I spent the next few hours searching through the library's books with Eris. My screen glitched out like 5 more times. We haven't thought to look into the ancient dragons. The library has books about them in abundance. There was one problem, though. There are a lot of myths and stories about the ancient dragons, but it's pretty difficult to tell fact from fiction with these accounts. It can't be helped. The Church of Bahamut is the dominant religion of our kingdom. Eris is going to try to lead us, isn't she? She wants us to discover something, and she's here to push our buttons. We have the bones of dragons displayed in museums, but those bones are the only widely known evidence of the dragon's existence. Except for Rathalion, possibly. I wonder if he's still alive, like you said. Oh, that's an interesting thought. I wouldn't be surprised. Despite everything, our kingdom's constitution still includes him in our government. Why would you do that? Oh, that's going to play into something. Wait, really? As the savior of our kingdom, him and his kin were given an honorary position in our political hierarchy. That's not going to come back to bite us. The ancient dragon's authority technically rivals that of King Olivier. Wow, I had no idea. Also, I don't think you need to write a dragon into your constitution for them to have authority in your kingdom. I'm pretty sure the fact that they're enormous and breathe fire give them all the authority they need. I'm just going to throw that out there. How have I never heard of this before? Good question. To be honest, that law is just a way to revere him and appease the church. Well, Rathalion couldn't possibly be any worse than the nobility. I was ready for a jump scare then. I was so stuck in my own thoughts I accidentally bumped into a bookshelf. The shelf begins to tip over and I'm able to catch it before it fully falls over. These are some big-ass bookshelves. How did you do that? But not before several books fall out of their shelves. They hit the ground with a cacophony of thuds. Some students glance in my direction. Be quiet! Sorry. Be quiet! Everyone's yelling at me to be quiet. I don't understand. Eris begins giggling. She seems amused by what's happening. Hey, are you okay? I heard a loud... Whoa! Celeste stares at the pile of fallen books. Pfft, what did you do? Forget it. Just help me clean this up. Let me guess, one of these books will be important. Oh, there's no need for that. Oh, hey, here we go with the constructs. Construct, I require assistance. So, these arcane constructs are going to factor into the murder in some way, I'm guessing. One's going to be ordered or made to kill someone. Man, we are in Tyria. This is all the Ashura's fault. Oh, that's what they look like. Okay. That's not terrifying at all. Acknowledged. Yeah, that's a librarian. Ah, what? Upon Eris's command, one of the nearby suits of armor suddenly springs to life and begins walking toward us. The voice coming out of it sounds human, but lacks emotion. Why does it sound familiar? Why does it sound familiar? Wait, did you do that, Eris? Yes, this is an arcane construct. It's a suit of armor that's animated using artificery that word I don't know how to say. They're designed to carry out various tasks for the students, including clean up messes. Arcane constructs have been added to our notes, so this is going to be important. Oh, it has a command log it stores. Yeah, that's going to be very important. Okay, Arcane construct. Kill this person, then clear your browser history. Arcane constructs are suits of armor that are animated using artificery. They can carry out simple tasks when ordered to. The ones in the Imperial Academy speak using the voice of Catherine Bellwether. Oh, that's why they sound familiar. So Catherine's the one that programmed all the golems, and they speak like her for some reason. These voice lines can only be changed or adjusted by the Academy headmaster. That's going to be irrelevant too. Each command given to a construct is stored in its command log. However, this command log must be cleared regularly. Really? I didn't know anything like that existed. They're still experimental, so they aren't available to the public yet. With that being said, construct, please place these books back where they belong. Acknowledged. On Eris's command, the construct begins quickly picking up the books. Don't bend the pages. It moves with inhuman efficiency. After only a few seconds, all of the books are back on the shelves. Wow, so they do whatever you tell them to? Well, there are some limits to... Uh-oh, what's Celeste's big idea? Give me a back massage! Construct, tell me that I'm the fairest maid you've ever seen. Command rejected, fuck you. Aw, what? I guess they're not allowed to lie. I feel a sharp pain on our side as Celeste quickly jabs us. You deserve that. Construct's voice is just a series of pre-recorded messages. I'm not sure if you noticed, but it uses the voice of Professor Bellwether. Yeah, we noticed. Unfortunately, you can't make them say anything other than what's recorded. Only the headmaster can change those settings. I'm not sure this is magic. I feel like these are just robots. Artificery that can record audio. I've never seen anything like it. It's like those... what do you call them? The... echo flowers from Undertale. But you just said that they're experimental, right? Maybe if I keep asking it, it'll just give up and do it. I would advise against that. Even if the commands are rejected, they're still stored in the construct's command logs. We're gonna overflow the command logs with nonsense. Anyway, we should probably get back to work. Fine. Also, how do you read those logs exactly? Do they have printers on their asses or what? Well, that's going to be important later. In the meantime, we read more about ancient dragons, but most of the stories read more like fables than actual historical accounts. I don't feel like I'm making any progress. Suddenly, I hear a thunderous, low-pitched sound blare across the room. What the hell? The fire alarm? It sounds like a high-pitched horn, but its volume turned up to unnatural levels. What the heck? Celeste, do you hear that? How can I not? What is that? I didn't touch anything you didn't touch anything you weren't supposed to, right? What? Of course not. Hey, it finally stopped. Well, what's that going to signify? Someone just got murdered. We're going to hear over the loudspeakers. A body has been discovered. Eris, wasn't that the lockdown system? That was a very brief lockdown. Yes, I believe so. Lockdown system. Maybe they write them on actual logs. I mean, so the knights go back and, like, fill out a notebook? I guess they could. They just open up their chest and scribble something. The Academy is outfitted with a large artificery system. In a state of emergency, it will erect magical barriers throughout the building. State of emergency? Should we be worried right now? Don't worry. The lockdown is designed to keep everyone safe. We're safe as long as the barriers are up. Or maybe you mean that they don't have printers in their asses, they just poop actual logs and the commands are carved into them. But Miss Tamora, she said she was going to do something on campus. Oh yeah, Tamora, oh no. Uh-oh, she's been Mia Fade. She's already been Mia Fade. Oh, here we go. There's been a murder. Already. You're terribly sorry? Who's terribly sorry? That doesn't sound like Bellwether. I suddenly hear a disembodied voice echo throughout the library. Okay. It sounds like it's being projected magically. It's the headmaster. He's using the intercom system. We basically have all the trappings of modern society. Everything just runs on pixie dust and unicorn farts instead of electricity. Students and faculty, please remain calm. There's been a murder on the academy grounds. That doesn't seem like the sort of thing you should just blare across the entire school grounds. What? Please stay where you are and wait for law enforcement to arrive. Well, crap. Damn it, we have to get out of here. I'm afraid that's not possible. The lockdown system protects and locks each room. We can't leave this room until it's deactivated. Well, that's going to be relevant too. Wherever the murderer is, they might be stuck there. Well, we won't know until we try. She's telling you how this works, my guy. We run to the entrance and began frantically pulling on the door's handle. I try to put all my strength into prying it open, but it doesn't even budge. Yeah, it's called a lockdown, moron. Tyrion's stuck. Whoa, there's a face. Is that what you look like? Celeste. That is a face. That is a Ruby face. Why do you look like Ruby? That is not what you look like. But, Miss Tamora, I know that you're worried about it, but there's already been a murder. We don't know where the attacker is or if they're still armed. The best thing we can do right now is stay here and wait and cast Mage Blade on everything. She's right. Damn it. God, she is angry. Settle down, woman. She's still angry. What is this? What is this face? Celeste, do you need a Snickers? Calm down. Celeste's hand rests on her shoulder. Oh, that's right. We hired her to be a bodyguard. She's in mercenary mode now. This is her One Punch Man mode. She goes from casual and jokey to all of a sudden Saitama serious mode. Celeste's hand rests on her sword. Her eyes are carefully watching the entrance. Wow, we've been here for hours and she still hasn't stopped watching the door. She was also able to calm us down earlier. It's easy to forget sometimes, but she's always reliable when it really counts, unlike Maya. Okay, I guess your eyes do just look like that. Still, your face got really sharp there for a second. What? Students and faculty, thank you for your patience. Law enforcement has secured the building. The lockdown has been lifted. However, please remain in the building until... The headmaster is barely finished with his message before we're out the door. Tyrion! Hey, don't go off on your own! Hey, this is that room from earlier. So, that scene we saw with Wallace and the headmaster, that was probably in real time. It wasn't a flash forward. Or maybe it was a flash forward. Maybe the woman he was talking about is the murder victim? Or maybe it's a separate thing. We desperately run through the academy hallways. Do you know where you're going, my dude? No. Oh, is it actually going to be Ruby? She straight up got me'd. Miss Tamora? Miss Tamora, where are you? We have no idea where we're even going anymore. I can feel my fear and anxiety rise with every passing moment. Where is she? Where's Mia? Oh, okay, never mind. There she is. Cuthbert? What's wrong? Why are you shouting? What the hell's wrong with you? Oh, Miss Tamora. Calm down. You're hyperventilating. I heard there was a murder and I've been looking all over for you. And you were worried about me? I played the first Ace Attorney game, all right? I knew the parallels. I had to be sure. I hug Miss Tamora tightly as we're overcome with emotion. She's usually not receptive to affection, but you don't care. We're just relieved that she's safe. Tyrion, there you are! And you're crying! Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you so much. We heard the announcement. You know what happened, Ruby? Also, her occupation says bodyguard now. Was that like that before she was our bodyguard? Because I think I remember saying she has like 3 different professions. I guess they were a bit quick with assigning her bodyguard in Chapter 1. Do you know what happened, Ruby? I do, but... We see Miss Tamora glance at Wallace for a brief moment. For now, I think we should head to the foyer. That's an interesting statue to put up there. Usually you've got someone who looks a little bit more, you know, dignified. This looked like they looked like a carved statue of the first tech nerd they found. We arrived at the foyer and see the room swarmed with a legion of familiar knights. Is what's-his-face here? White or whatever it is? Is that the Inquisition? My God! Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Don't tell me. The headmaster mentioned that there was a murder on campus. Well, these guys get involved when there's a crime involving magic and there's a murder in mage school, so... Someone used magic. God, haven't these people ever heard of blunt force trauma? Hey, you there! I don't remember the voice I had, but whatever. As I enter the foyer, Commander White notices us and begins marching in our direction. We didn't do nothing! Oh, but his attention isn't focused on us. Celeste? Wallace? Wallace? It's Wallace, isn't it? Yep. Huh? What? Are you Wallace Nightgrave? Yes, but guilty, come with me. By the authority of the Wyvern Crown, I'm placing you under arrest. Hey, what are you doing? You three. Yep, us again. How's it going, Gumshoe? The hell are you doing here? You said he was under arrest? On what charges? Murder, moron. Oh, this kid is charged with the murder of Catherine Bellwether. Oh, damn. I did not expect that to be the victim. Okay, all right. I'm not sure how he managed that when he was with us ever since the last time we saw her. But, hey, magic, so why the hell not? What? Wasn't that the professor we met in the library earlier? Sure was. Blood force trauma seems to be the standard. Exactly. Like hell you're arresting him. He was with us in the library for the entire morning. There's no way he could have murdered her. Magic, idiot. Move aside, Celeste. But Miss Tamura's right. If Wallace is a suspect, we can't stop the Inquisition from arresting him. No. Don't worry, Wallace. We'll get to the bottom of what happened. I mean, is that even gonna matter? He's a necromancer, so and we have arcane constructs. Come on. Without a word, Wallace allowed the Inquisition to drag him away. I mean, Wallace, you could have just walked, dude. Also, this crazy woman. What's she gonna get up to? How are you not involved in some way? My apologies. I'm gonna go and check on him. Don't mess up my screen. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is terrible. I still don't understand. Why would they suspect Wallace of all people? I'm not sure myself. Unlike most magical homicides, this school is filled with plenty of mages. Unlike most magical homicides, this school is filled with plenty of mages. What does the first half of that sentence have to do with the second half? There has to be a long list of suspects. Oh, I see. So unlike most homicides, there's just mages everywhere. Why pick him? Also, he's not a mage, he's a necromancer. Learn your D&D classes. Isn't there anything we can do? We can defend him in court with our magic eyeball. I'm gonna go investigate what happened. That's the one she, like, wears on her arm or something, right? Cuthbert. Yes? He hasn't accepted you as his attorney yet. You don't even know if you'll be working this case. But I know that he's innocent. I can't just sit here and do nothing. Sure you can. Well, I clearly can't stop you. But please remember that being an attorney is your job. It's not charity work. You're not Phoenix. Don't come crying to me if you run out of gold. Oh, do I get a wallet? Oh, please tell me I actually have an inventory. Right. Anyway, I still have some business to take care of in the city. Is there a magic ATM? Will you two be okay handling this? Yes, we'll take care of this. I'll leave everything to you then. Alright, let's go, Celeste. Right! Sure, I'll save my progress. It's been a few hours since Wallace was arrested. Me and Celeste were with him during the lockdown, so the Inquisition had to take our statements. But the more they question us, the more we could tell that they had doubts about our testimony. There were like 4 of us there, plus a bunch of other students. We'll need to do more if we want to establish an alibi for Wallace. What more do we need to establish? That took longer than expected. Also, we were locked down in the library. That was the dog. Okay, fair enough. It's been a long time since I played that game. But I will play it again next month. We've already lost a lot of time talking to the Inquisition. But we should be free to roam around now. Where should we go first? Well, the crime scene sounds like a good start. Yeah, that should be interesting. We still need to figure out what actually happened. I'm guessing an arcane construct killed them. And the fact that the logs are going to be wiped is going to be relevant or something. Or maybe the logs won't be wiped, but we won't know who made the commands. We don't know if who made the commands gets logged, just the commands themselves. Ruby said that the body was found in Lecture Hall 2B. 2B? That's the same classroom that Takumi goes to. It's in the west wing of the school. Alright, that seems like a good place to start. They were killed by a D-blade. Okay, you're our Maya, so let's chat with you. I hope Wallace is okay. He looked really scared when Commander White arrested him. Well, Commander White's a scary boy. Don't worry, we'll find out what really happened. But first, we need to inspect the crime scene. Next lead, where should we go next? You really are, Maya. The first thing we need to do is find out exactly what happened. Miss Tamora said the body was in Lecture Hall 2B. We should start there. Just reiterated everything. Alright, let's look around real quick. Who is this? It's a statue. There's some writing on the platform it's on. Gillian Chemnitz, the inventor of early artificery. Celeste just appears behind him. So this is the guy who invented it. Who would have thought that we could use machines to harness magical energy? My god, he is a tech nerd. Artificery is truly a marvelous invention. With it, anyone can utilize the convenience of magic without having noble blood. See, this is what I mean about the game lacking polish. Celeste pops in and you can't even see her, because she's being covered up by the thing. Although the expenses of owning artificery presents their own barrier. But that expression on his statue, yeah, he seems bored. Kinda looks like he doesn't want to be here, even though his statue is huge. Exactly, it's a weird statue to put front and center in your lobby. He does give off that attitude, doesn't he? Oh, many things. Yeah, you look a little more what I expect. It's a painting of a professor with some kind of magical tool. There's some text under it. Dr. Paul Vorala, also known as the Archaeologist of the North. He spent many years studying and exploring the mountainous regions of Chardalon, and through his investigation he came upon one of the many layers of the Scaled Lord. He was honored both by the Church and the Wivengard Historical Society for this impressive discovery. Good for him. Ooh, it's a painting of a man with some sort of creature on his arm. There's some text under it. Dr. Delbit Tafaros, a mage, historian, archaeologist, anthropologist, and botanist. Busy boy. Best known for his work in studying the history of the ancient dragons. Through his work, great leaps were made in the study and development of the School of Evocation. How many schools of magic have we actually come across so far? Like 6? On his arm is one of the last pseudo-dragons, which has now gone extinct. Okay. That's understandably all we have. Examine, talk, move. We've been there. We have not yet been here. Oh, there's our favorite friend, Chalk Outline. Hey, you again! Faceless Knight. As we try to enter the classroom, we're stopped by one of the Inquisition Knights. Why do you have a sprite, and why do you keep getting in our way? Hey, I'm the defense attorney for the accused, maybe possibly. We have a right to investigate the crime scene. Yeah, from what I've heard, the kid doesn't have an attorney yet. Oh, damn, he knows. Right, we haven't been able to talk to Wallace about that yet. Oh, hey, it's you, my favorite prosecutor. It's quite all right. Let them in. Lady Steelwind. Do not call me that. Ooh, she has a pissed off face, too. Why are all the women in such a bad mood today? While you work under me, you will address me as Prosecutor Steelwind. Yes, look, Prosecutor Steelwind. Ah, what's that smell? As we enter the classroom, we find ourselves inhaling a sour and rancid odor. Something other than blood? The stench is so overwhelming that our eyes begin to tear up. Don't worry, you'll eventually get used to the smell. What are you even doing here, Steelwind? I'm here to coordinate the investigation. I look around the crime scene. There isn't a single Inquisition Knight in the room. What the hell are you coordinating? Isn't that the Inquisition's job? Due to the circumstances, I've decided to handle this case personally. Oh? What are these circumstances you speak of? Well, since we've got you here, could we ask you some questions about what happened? Can I assume that you're planning to defend this case? That will make you my opponent. What do I have to do to gain from helping you? Good point. Right. However, I would be willing to answer your questions, but only if you answer some of mine as well. Well, that seems fair. I mean, we were here. What could she possibly want to ask us? I mean, come on, wait. I want to examine things. Oh, Tyrion, I almost forgot. Oh, we get a new gameplay mechanic? This popped up just from me hitting examine. Since this is our first official case together, I wanted to show you something I learned. Oh, did you learn a magic spell that helps us investigate? Okay, what is it? Little Thief! No, wait.
Arcanum.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Repario Arcanum? And Area's a frog. What the hell was that? That is the incantation for the Detect Magic spell. Aha! Detect Magic. Wait, does that mean... Yes, we can detect magic! We can see magical traces while examining crime scenes now, so our Maya is slowly becoming our Emma. Detect magic. Our bodyguard Celeste can now cast the detect magic spell. Well, what's the other one going to be? While examining a location, press the detect magic button to make magical traces visible. What's my other spell? Oh, see, I found this Magatama. If there are any magical traces at our location, we'll see a colored overlay. That's the hexagon.
Arcanum.
Oh, that's cute. There's a trace of illusion magic next to the body. I like how she has a voice line for it. We believe that the suspect donned an illusionary disguise immediately after murdering the victim. Well, our boy doesn't know illusion magic, so kiss my butt. Using his disguise, he discreetly made his way back to the library unnoticed. How did he do that during the lockdown? Assuming that Wallace isn't the murderer, the real killer must have used a similar disguise, which means that no one would have seen them leave this classroom. It'll be hard to find any witnesses that saw the perpetrator, or they'll be disguised as something else. What? What's wrong? There's a trace of necromancy on the body. Okay, well, that doesn't help us. Necromancy? Isn't necromancy the type of magic that creates undead? She's not just gonna get up and walk away, right? I don't know, she might. It still could happen. We're honestly not sure. That's part of the reason why I've stationed myself here. But what does that have to do with Wallace? Well, he's a necromancer. Oh, you didn't know? You didn't read his text box? Wallace Nightgrave is a necromancer. He's a what now? We believe that he drained her life force completely using a necromancy spell. That's why there are no visible wounds. Here's the autopsy report. I'm not going to update it later, I promise. We'll tell you everything that you need to know. I'm just kidding, I'm going to beat the shit out of it. Autopsy report. Catherine Bellwether has been added to our notes. Died at 2:01 p.m. I have no idea what time that is relative to the time we were in the library. Body shows no signs of cuts or bruises. The alchemist report has verified that death was not caused by poison or disease. Okay, so some other person died in that little flashback or flash forward or cutscene we saw before the chapter started proper. Body shows traces of necromancy and illusion magic. Cause of death is not apparent, but very likely caused by necromancy magic. Interesting. Magic types is like the new blood types. We're not finding blood anymore, we're just finding magic, and it's like, this is this magic, this is that magic. They know this magic, it's probably them. But in the modern day, even the Inquisition doesn't commonly deal with necromancy. It kind of reminds me of the Great Ace Attorney, where Iris could spray things with her stupid chemical and cause different blood types to be in different colors. They're all on edge about what other spells he might have used. So I'm here to make sure that nothing unholy happens to the body. Do you have a specialization that allows you to do that I'm not aware of? I can't believe it. I've heard stories of necromancers before. But why would Wallace be studying something like that? Does this have something to do with the girl that died and she's trying to bring her back? Are we trying to go Full Metal Alchemist on this bitch? But even if Wallace is a necromancer, aren't there plenty of other mages who can cast necromancy spells? This is an academy for mages, after all. No, there are no laws against it, but the knowledge required to learn necromancy is heavily controlled. No one in their right mind would dare teach necromancy beyond basic healing magic. Frankly, I'm surprised even one student at the school was allowed to learn it. I can see why. I learned to drain life, fear me. But because of this specific piece of evidence, we know that he's the murderer. But it's still too convenient, so there's a piece of evidence that was left, but it's a little convenient. Planted? Planted evidence, you say? Hang on a second. It's still too convenient. What would you say? What is convenient? Do tell. That's the first time I've seen a thought from Steel. Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't actually pay attention to that. It's the first time we've seen an errant thought from Steelwind. Normally, I can only see thoughts from people who are stressed or excited. I doubt that Miss Steelwind is excited, so is something causing her to be stressed? Is there something you're not telling us, Steelwind? Because something tells me that this case isn't as straightforward as you claim it is. If you truly believe that, then why don't you prove it? Tell me about your magic eyeball. Go ahead, do it, I dare you. The eye can't see any more thoughts from her. She must be subconsciously guarding her mind now. But she's clearly hiding something. Oh, I can't make her yell it again? Okay, what else we got? What was this? Window? The lecture hall has a window with a view. I feel like I'd just stare outside all day if I had to attend class here. You're not much of a student, are you? I just can't spend hours sitting in one place. I need to move around. She was pretty antsy when we were studying in the library earlier. How have you learned so many spells if you're so distractible? She knows 3, come on. I don't know. I just learned the spell formula and cast stuff. I see. Is that not normal? Well, you are... yeah, her past is still in question. Hi, violin dude. It's a painting of some sort of musician. There's some text written below it. Dr. Nicholas Gusu, inventor of the Arcane engine. Are all these people going to be relevant in some way later? His work revolutionized trade and travel across the seas. He was well known for not discriminating between the common folk and the nobility, judging his assistants based purely on their merit. When he wasn't conducting research within the Imperial Academy, he was known to compose symphonies for the king in his free time. Well, looks like he was a man of many talents. Well, that's how you get a painting of yourself in a university, I guess. Oh, they have books here too! They appear to be textbooks about alchemy. Aw, lame. I guess that's what they teach here. That's it? This must be where the students sit during lectures. Yep. I can't imagine sitting in one place all day. Have you never attended a school before? No, we never had a proper school in Cornhaven. I mainly got my education from books that my parents bought from traveling merchants. What about you? I used to attend a public school in my hometown. But after Miss Tamora adopted me... Ah, okay, so this was not really explicitly mentioned, so she is our adopted mother. So not our mom, but our adopted mom. I think that might have been a guess that I had in the previous chapter, but okay, confirmed. She handled my education personally. Yes, yes. How do you feel about that, Steelwind? I know we all hate Tamora. Screw you. Leave my mom alone. All right, chalk outline. I can't believe the professor is dead. Oh yeah, this is actually someone we knew. I was going to say we didn't even know this person, but we did. We met her briefly. We just saw her this morning. There's a chalk outline around where her body was, and it appears she's also dancing. It appears that most of this blood came from her abdomen? Wait a minute. I thought there was no outward wounds. Wasn't there no woundy wounds? Didn't someone cast Drain Life? Drain Blood is a very different spell, and you don't need much magic to do it. Is that where the fatal wound was? Yes. Area? Yes. Yes. Hello? Answer question? There's a lot of blood in this puddle, but there's no trail leading to it. There aren't any magical traces anywhere else in the room. I doubt the murderer used magic to clean it. Does that mean that the murderer attacked her in this room? Maybe, but it's hard to say for certain. Blood stayed under the body. Pool of blood where Catherine Bellwether's body was. The location implies that she bled from her abdominal area. Okay, hang on a second. Timeout. Clues. This is going to be a clue. Autopsy. Body shows no signs of cuts or bruising, so where the hell did the blood come from? That's a very big elephant in the room that I'm surprised we're not talking about. Dead body had no injuries. Also, there was hella blood under it. What the butts? Huh. How does that work? That's gonna have to come up in some way, isn't it? Okay, hang on a second. I gotta try it again.
Repario Arcanum.
There we go. Okay, we back out. We go back in.
Repario Arcanum.
Okay, I gotta stop doing that before she runs out of mana. Questions for us. Miss McCoy. Oh, you're... Oh, those are the questions you want to ask. Oh, I see. Oh, so nothing to do with the case. You just want to get up in our business. I see, I see. Miss McCoy, it's my understanding that you were adopted. Ah, so was I, actually. Oh, God, I am Apollo. You're not going to be my blood sister, are you? Would you happen to know who your birth parents are? Hey, isn't that too personal of a question? Yeah, that's not what Psy'Min was expecting either. You agreed to answer my questions, didn't you? What's your PIN number? No. That's not the same thing. I didn't think you meant... It's fine, Tyrion. I'm fine with answering if it helps Wallace. My PIN number is 1111. I'm very sad about revealing my PIN number. I don't know who my birth parents are. I've never tried looking for them. I see. Are you two gonna be sisters? If I recall correctly, your spell compendium only contained one spell. Well, now we got 3. What's the other one? Considering your upbringing, how did you learn Mage Blade in the first place? I bought a scroll from a merchant a few years ago. It had Mage Blade spell formula on it. But I know more than one spell now. I actually just learned a few new spells today. I'm sorry, spells? As in plural? This from the girl who hates studying? How long did it take you to learn these spells? A few hours, I think. She learned multiple spell formulas within a few hours? Nani? What was that just now? I see. Well, I think that's all I need to ask for now. Okay. She's sharing information about the investigation for that? Why is she so interested in Celeste all of a sudden? Again, it's weird that that's our inner dialogue, but it talks about us in the third person. That's bizarre. Spells. No! I want to know your spells. Celeste. Teach me the things you know. You are transmutation. None. You're evocation. I was trying to remember if someone else was evocation. Previous case, maybe.